Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Here I have my first pyrography machine. Let's see what it could do. I bought it off of Amazon. You know what? Scrap that video. I've decided we're not going to do an unbox video. We're going to do a review video. Because I feel when we look at a review video, especially obviously the person has to have used it, you get more out of it. So I was debating between two wood burners. One recommended by an Instagram follower of mine, which was called Whole Life. And the one I went for, this is called Quieting. So let's talk about reviews. The Whole Life wood burner had way more reviews, positive reviews, but the negative reviews that stuck to me was the fact that it wasn't getting hot enough. And with these machines, that is the whole point, to get hot enough. Usually, even if a product has negative reviews, I still buy it on Amazon. But depending on what the negative review is, will depend on whether I go for it. So this one, the Quieting brand one, the one I went for, had only maybe 15 to 20 reviews, but all of them were positive. So Whole Life, not hot enough. And Quieting one, the one I went for, doesn't have any negative reviews in relation to how hot it gets. So I decided to roll the dice and take the risk with this one. Now let's take it all out the box and see what it comes with. So this is what it comes with. This is the main control box where you control the temperature. It's got a digital display. This is the temperature knob where you change. And this is the part where the pen actually connects to. And it also comes with a screwdriver for these two screws, you see. They loosen. And these are the bits that connect in. These are the tips that it comes with. Around, say, maybe 20, 21, 22 tips. Continue watching to see which ones I show you that I find the most effective with what I do with this wood burner. This is like a mount or the pen holder, but I still haven't figured out like if it goes like this. If you guys have any experience of this, let me know in the comments how you'd place that. I don't know if that attaches to a wall, I doubt it, but it's just, I don't know if it's like this or it sits like this. I'm assuming it's like a housing where when it's hot you want to put the pen down, you put it something like that, but I'm still figuring this out. And now for the thermal pad. I think it's called a thermal pad, where, or some type of pad where when the tips are hot and the wood catches, when you're going over the wood and it's at high temperature and it catches some of the chips or the sawdust of the wood, and then it doesn't burn properly. So to get that off, you literally just wipe it. Even if it's hot, it doesn't burn through this pad. As you can see, I've already started to use it. Now let's connect it all up. So first things first, the pen. It's got the screw here for extra safety. There you go. You just then screw it on, and then that's the pen connected. And now for the tips. So we'll just pick any. So I've chosen this one. So it just goes into these two holes like so, and sits in like that. Then you get your screwdriver and just tighten the prongs there. Oh. Don't go mad with the tightening. I think it's just supposed to feel just a bit tight, and then you just stop. So that's it. Now let's fire this beast up. So it's got an extra safety switch here. So let's turn that on. That's the digital display with the temperature gauge. So let's take it up to the max. And let's see how long it takes. Oh, it's getting hot quite quickly. As you can see, it's going red. What I particularly liked about this wood burner is the fact that I don't always have to have it at max just to keep the heat enough to make the marks. I could have it at lower temperature and it marks it just as good. Obviously, it depends on the type of wood that you're using, but the reason I specifically mentioned this is because the reviews many state that you have to put it on max to even get a slight marking on the pieces of wood that you're working on. So enough talking from me, let's get the machine to start talking. The machine is at its max currently at 234, so let's see how the burns come out. So this is what I was saying. It's a good marking, but you don't need to have it this hot, because obviously sometimes when it's really hot and you go slow, it burns the wood. Do you see? It's burning the wood too much. It's causing an indent. Whereas if you have it at lower temperature and go a bit slower like this, it's better. It's just finding the balance, but I find it just to be on the safe side and not scar the wood too much. That's the letter A, by the way. We're going to try again with the same letter A with lower temperature. It's currently on 186 as opposed to what it was before on 234. So let's do 186. So it's marking it still well, but it's not scarring the wood as much, even if I'm going slow. When the temperature is low, you could easily take more time, especially at like more sophisticated drawings if you did, or lettering, and then it won't, you could go across each line slower and it won't burn it. So in terms of temperature and how hot it gets, and then the fact that you could change the temperature, I give it a thumbs up. It's very versatile. If you want it really hot and make dark markings, you can. If you want to do lighter markings, more detailing work, you can also. And also it makes a big difference what tip you use, so you'll just have to pick your poison, I guess. Now let me show you a quick snippet of me writing a whole word on a piece of palette that I made a few weeks ago.
Sure.
No, you can't draw with this. This is not a pen. This is hot.
I can.
No. Not now.
I can watch you.
Yeah, you can watch.
And do a cross. A cross.
Across this way.
Yeah, a cross. Cross.
Whoa.
Draw a B. Like a circle.
B.
Yeah, and draw like a circle. Draw a line.
So this is the current one I'm working on. As you can see, it's a slight different font. I've used a different tip for this, which I particularly liked. So this is the tip. It's like a fountain pen, as you can see. So let it heat up and I'll show you how I use it. You don't always have to use it as a pen, or how you would do pen strokes to write letters and stuff like that. You could do it in a different way, which I will show you. So just, I'm tilting it a bit to the side as I mark the wood, so the flat part is on, majority of the part is on the wood. So rather than just doing a stroke like that, we're going to go like, if you dab it like that, do you see? You have more control, and obviously twist as you go to get it thinner and thinner. So as you can see, it's marking it quite well, and it's not even at max, it's at 185 currently. So let's go a bit slower. Sometimes you can hear the wood burn, and this is a sign that I'm making to put up on my Etsy catalog, so be sure to check that out. This actually can be quite therapeutic, especially how it comes out. If you're wondering, like, if you made a mistake, I was once thinking that it's like you cannot get a razor and just start rubbing it out. What you do is, I haven't tried it yet, I would assume you just sand it off. Sand off the few layers and it should come off. So look here, I'm about to try just to drag it. So right now I'm gonna try and not do the dab technique and just use it like a pen. Let me see how it does. It's still not bad, but I find it like, because of the arrow looking tip, I find it easier just to do that and safer in terms of not making mistakes. So let me drag now. So do you see it takes a bit? Okay. So now, just to mention a few things about the grain. This wood grain is going this way. So as I am trying to mark it this way, it's harder. It's like going over speed bumps. But if you're going this way, which is where the grain is going, it's much easier. So you're always like pulling rather than trying to push over. So look, it is way easier. There's less bumps. And you can feel it's a bit smoother like that. Be sure to always remember which way you're dragging the pen. So if I want to make the S this way and darken it, rather than doing this, I could literally turn it like that. So I'm dragging it this way. So it's downwards with the grain, not against the grain. So this is another sign that I've made that I will be putting up on my Etsy catalogue. I used a ball tip to make the splatter here, and I used the fountain tip to make a calligraphy style font. And here, I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of a mistake. So then what I did was, just to kind of cover it a bit, I went over it and just to kind of minimize the mistake. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments. Does it look, I don't know how it looks in the camera, but I can notice it. But maybe it's because I've made the mistake, I can notice it. So overall, I'm very happy with this product. The temperature, it doesn't get too hot. It gives me perfect burn marks. I'm very happy with. It has come with a lot of tips, which I'm happy with. So these mark well so far, as I can see. And lastly, the price was very good compared to its competition. So far so good. Let's see how it does. So I plan to use this in my future projects. So you can see how it performs over the years. So I will conclude this video with me showing you how different tips mark the wood differently, so you could just get an understanding of the range of tips it comes with. So that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe and like if you enjoy content like this, and not to miss out future projects that I will be using this product.